Hey there, how's it going? My name's Anyssa, and today we're doing our first ever audio-only episode of Anyssa Chats because we had some minor difficulties, technically, so we decided just to switch it up and try it out. But of course, I'm joined with my good friend Tegan.
Hello.
We're gonna have to do like actual.
I know. I have to talk. We have
to do auditory reactions
instead of just sitting there nodding, going, "Yeah."
Don't worry though, we are still sat at the History Center, so if you hear any weird sounds, it could be paranormal. We also have Cody sitting in the background, so it could also just be something weird he's doing. That's probably most likely what it's going to be. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about some Reddit stories, kind of going back to some of the classics, I'd say. Do you have anything you wanted to update for the podcast? It's been a while since we've done an episode.
It's been a very long time. Pool.
We got a pool. And that's been very time consuming. I also got another job, a second job. And that's very time consuming. And so the episode just hasn't come out.
Yeah. And Cody's home, so somebody's got to take care of him.
And Cody's got a new job. So he's home now. So get used to him lurking in the background. Or maybe that's just us having to get used to him. I don't know.
I know. He's the reason we have technical difficulties. He jinxed us.
It's true.
He's the reason you guys didn't get our Christmas episode we made.
He's the reason for the lost cryptid episode. Anyways, I think that's enough rambling. I think let's get into some Am I the Asshole stories here, or Am I the Asshole adjacent stories. I think I'm going to start...
No way.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Okay.
You didn't see my reaction there, but that would have been so good on camera because, oh my god, we've had 3 of our posts that we've picked out been locked and deleted.
Yeah, because before we started, I was organizing my posts, and I had like 5 lined up. 2 of mine had gotten deleted. So, we need to screenshot these,
oh my god,
obviously.
they deleted it because they labeled it as hypothetical. Wait. I don't know. The story... I'm stressed. What? It perfectly set up your story.
I know. I'm so sorry.
All right, let me find a different story.
But anyway, so I was like, dang. So now I only have 3 lined up. And this is like, it's okay. I have a couple. And now hers that she was going to start with, that kind of went with mine, that I was going to start with, has been deleted. So there's that.
Yeah. I thought we were going to have a gay episode, but I guess not. So this one's kind of short. Yeah, this one was on Am I the Asshole Relationships on Reddit. By Inevitable Muffin 159. Am I the asshole for leaving rude comments on my ex's new girlfriend's pics? So, I, 21 female, just found out my ex, 24 male, got a new girl, and I'm still kind of salty about it. We broke up like 6 months ago, but to be honest, I'm really not over him. We broke up because he was being abusive.
Oh.
But I'm really not over him. When I saw her pics on Insta, she looked interesting. I'm sorry, but she posted a bikini pic and she had this huge, obnoxious scar down her chest. It just made me really annoyed because it's so obvious that she's showing her scar for attention. The thing I don't get is that it's one of the ugliest scars I've ever seen, to be honest, in my life. That's why I don't think this is from surgery, and she have herself that scar. I don't know what that means.
She gave herself that scar.
Probably gave. Yes. This is really written very poorly. Like, it says 21, but I would guess like a high schooler wrote this. So that shows you maturity level.
They probably wrote it from their phone.
That's possible as well. That's why I don't think it's from surgery, and that she gave herself that scar. And she never looked disabled enough to have to get surgery. I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it, but she looks healthy. I know healthy people need surgery too, but I don't know. It just pissed me off. I also felt like she was trying to undermine other people's problems by showing her scar, like saying, I'm better than you all. I've had more problems than you all, I think is what she was trying to say. Like, I went through some really hard problems in my life that weren't surgery, and I don't get to flaunt around my trauma or scars, but she does. I don't get it. So it wasn't my intention to leave mean comments, but I started thinking about all my reasons, and also my ex, and all that he blamed me for when... Okay, basically it's that. Yeah.
Like, I just had an aneurysm.
TLDR. All right. Her ex got a new girl. They went to the beach or something. Went swimming. She was in a bikini. Posted pictures of it. She happens to have a scar on her chest. OP thinks that scar is not actually like from surgery or something. Because I don't know why. Because for some reason she thinks she's a doctor. And she can,
That's literally unhinged.
Yeah, I thought it was wild. I don't usually pick stories that are so poorly written, but I thought that one was wild. And the first line of, to be honest, I'm not really over him. We broke up because he was being abusive.
It's like he was abusive. Okay.
He was abusive. How are you upset?
So why are you... I mean, I would maybe check on the other girl because, like, oh no, what if he's abusive towards her? Not like, wow, this bitch. It's like, why are you mad at her, dude?
Yeah.
Also, you don't need to look disabled to be disabled. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, you can look perfectly healthy and have disabilities.
Yeah. That's like, or it's kind of like the same concept of people who get upset because somebody who uses like a handicap spot can walk. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, you're not that handicapped.
Or
you can
like
walk. And
they
it's like,
are walking to get their wheelchair and they go sit in their wheelchair and like, you can walk to that
if
wheelchair.
you're in a wheelchair, you don't need it. Anyways, it's crazy like that. Someone said, yeah, you're the asshole. Just read what you said. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
You're the asshole. Go to therapy. Grow up and move on.
Yeah, please.
If he's that awful, you should be grateful you don't have to deal with him anymore. Mm-hmm. Instead, you're acting like a bitter pick-me. Okay, I see what they're saying. I thought they were going to say prick, and they didn't, so I was confused. All right, I thought that was a nice little short one to kind of start off on. Are you going to get into your big boy?
Yes. Yes, we are.
I'm excited for this one. I've heard it, but it's been a little while, so.
I'll refresh. Okay, so this is from r/best of Reddit updates. By God, I cannot read that.
I think it's pronounced Schlattensplinger. That's my best guess.
It's a repost, though, because the original one got deleted.
So
you know, ties back to our
chances are,
ones.
if you're into Reddit stories, you might have heard this story, but it's still good to hear again.
But originally, it was posted in r/relationship advice by Garage Fuzzy 4367. Not that it really matters, really, because it's not there anymore if you look. But you know, if you wanted to know, there it is. But the repost is probably the more important one if you want to check it out. Anyway, so the original is, hi there. I really wish I didn't have to make this post. Oh, I didn't say the title, did I? I just really excited. Sorry. I was really excited. Anyway, the title is My 42 Female Husband 42 Male has informed me he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law 35 Male in Ibiza. How do I handle this?
Go on a gaycation,
just those
man.
everyday relationship questions.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody deal with that?
I can't even believe they posted this. Like, this question gets asked all the time, and I'm just so over it. Oh my gosh, just go on the gaycation. It's just a gaycation. It doesn't count. You're not gay. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Anyway, so to the post. So me and my husband have been happily married for about 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate despite the cost of living racking up in the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but it's never gotten to be too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that. Long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped off our boys at their friends', my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes, and he sat me down, and then got out this printed poster for some sort of orgy, and started explaining me to the concept of gaycation.
It's like when Sebastian...
This is really wrong. It's like when Sebastian brought out that Lego thing, and he was like, I want to stay at the Lego
Hotel. Pulled out a magazine that was like, I want to go to the Lego Hotel. And it's like, I want to go on a gaycation.
How it's where straight men go to deal with I was in my head, I was like, go to deal with how they can't deal with they're probably bisexual. Anyway, how it's where straight men go somewhere with sun, sand, and booze and become gay for the duration of the trip. But that's fine, because it doesn't actually count, because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. It's not fucking Vegas. It's not Vegas.
It's not like... No, just continue.
Anyway, just like this late, listening to this, I was just completely silent and mortified. Even more so when he said he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law. It's his sister's husband, to experience it for himself.
Imagine going with family. It's weird.
Exactly. You're going with, I mean, I know you're not
like
blood related.
Blood related.
I know you're not blood related, but like, that's still weird, you know? You have to see him at family functions.
Comfy. Like, imagine going to Thanksgiving the next year and being like, hey, yeah, we fucked each other. But it was on gaycation, so it doesn't count. Like, bumping into each other at the grocery store and being like, remember gaycation? Remember that time?
Remember in Ibiza?
In Ibiza.
Shh, what stays in Ibiza?
It just seems like a plot to a really bad, like,
a really
smut.
bad like rom-com movie where it's like, oh, but my wife is so but like going on a trip with you, wow,
this is wild.
When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need him to be clear with me. Is he gay? Because if yes, that's okay. Wow, what a rhyme. But we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore up and down how he's not gay, and he's 100% attracted to women. And of course, he still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do you think you're bi, maybe? And he just got very defensive, saying how I need to drop the accusations and that this is the beauty of gaycation. It allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay. Brother. And how it's like going to the aquarium.
What do you mean going to the aquarium?
A lot of question marks afterwards.
I'm sorry. We've been to an aquarium, not a gaycation.
I don't think it was a gaycation.
No. You know how many children are at an aquarium? Seems like the last place you want to have a gaycation. What? It's just like going to the aquarium, man.
And again, he was adamant he doesn't find men's bodies or genitalia exciting at all.
Just their personalities and their...
Yeah, he just loves them for them, you know, not for their bodies.
So he's homophobic and gay. What a weird combination.
But he needs to experience this, apparently. I said, well, I'm not really comfortable because even if he was bi, this would be explicitly cheating on me. And he got angry and reiterated, he's not, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. I just had enough and left the... Is this guy being paid for just saying... Gaycation. That's the beauty of it.
It's like one of those things where, like a reality show or something, where they are like, as many times as you can say this word, you get, you know, $100 every time you can say this. Okay. I ignored him for the rest of the day, but we spoke at tea. I guess I forgot they're British. We spoke at tea. That was bad. It was really bad.
Where I again asked him, why does he want to do this so bad if he's not gay? He said he's interested in how gay men's life differ to straight men's, and that unfortunately, once the gaycation begins, it's simply impossible for a man to resist, and he must surrender himself, mind, body, and soul to the gaycation.
Once you go gay, you never go back, you know what I mean?
Or be destroyed. What the fuck does that mean? Oh my god.
Can you remind me, how old is this man?
Let me go back.
He's got to be like an adulting adult.
He's 42.
Yeah, he's 42. Yeah, no, if they were like 22, I'd be like, yeah, he's for sure. I mean, like, because, you know, exploration, stuff like that. But I think this man is in the closet and he just found a good reason to come out.
It's not funny, but it is. Because he's just so... It's like he's been brainwashed. Yeah. Like... Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like someone showed up to his house and was like, hey, get this timeshare. And he's like, yeah, they're going to be good, man. There's going to be gay men. It'll be all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, honey. We'll be all right.
Oh, my God. Okay, sorry. A lot of interruptions. It's just pretty.
It's the story, man.
It's the story. It just gets you. The gaycation just gets you.
I'm going to make a shirt that says gaycation. Let me know if you want one. I'll ship them for free to anybody's house if they want a shirt that says gaycation.
I really can't put into words how surreal it was because he was speaking so matter-of-factly. And again, he insists that this is a thing that straight men do all the time. And how he's actually doing it a bit late. I just said to him, if he has any love for me, then he can't go ahead with this, and if he does, the marriage will be dead. We didn't speak anymore after that. Since then, he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, and this is what scares me a lot too, that decision genuinely seems to be tearing him up. He didn't go into work on Monday and only went in for a half day yesterday because he told them he just felt too ill, and he just looks distraught every time I see him. He's pouting. I really don't think he's wholly gay, though. I can absolutely believe he's bi, but I'd rather we talked about it in a healthy way rather than this incredibly weird denialism around going on a sex holiday to Ibiza.
This is wild.
Has anybody known straight guys to do this and come back and just go back to being straight? Like, surely that can't be a thing that happens.
No way.
I'm so out of my depth here and just don't know how to even initiate the conversation. For the record, I also haven't mentioned it to his sister yet. I don't know how I'd even break it to her. Thanks for any help. I don't even want to think so being able to get... Whoa. I just don't even want to think so being able to get out of this. Get this out there. I don't know. She's just saying thank you. In short. There's also an edit. And an update.
Oh my gosh. This story is crazy.
It's pretty long. This is the update. I might skip the edit. This is the update.
Yeah, or whatever pieces.
The edit is basically just saying how the marriage is dead, and she did tell the sister-in-law, and initially she screamed at her, calling her a liar and insulted her, saying she was trying to steal her husband. And then... No,
bro, your husband's trying to steal her husband.
Yeah. And then she, like, hung up and then called back and apologized and admitted she was, like, just deeply shocked, kind of like she was. And, yeah, so...
To be fair, it is such an absurd thing that I would be like, no, man, you gotta be lying to me. There's no way.
Basically, she, like, went to her parents and, like, kicked out the husband and whatnot. Or took her kids to her parents and then kicked out her husband for... She's like, you gotta live somewhere else, dude. Anyway, on to the update. Okay, so when I last posted, I'd contacted my husband to tell him he wouldn't be staying at home tonight and a bag would be waiting for him. As you can imagine, we argued quite badly. I won't go into specific details, but I'm 100% on board that the fact, at minimum, he's bi. Might even be gay altogether. We've had arguments in the past, but I'm genuinely never seen him have such a childish tantrum before, screaming about how I just don't understand the gaycation. Absolutely despise that phrase now. Mm-hmm. And I'm insinuating I'm actually homophobic because I refuse to allow him to participate in this cultural exchange with the gay community.
I think that would make him gay if she was being homophobic, then that would have to make him gay.
Yeah.
I think that's how that math works.
But honey, it's just a cultural exchange with the gay community.
You can go hang out with... You could go to a gay bar and not be gay. You can't go have a gaycation.
You can't go gay sex and call that cultural exchange.
Like, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Again, like, if you didn't have a partner and you were like, hey, I just want to try this thing out, and you go have gay sex, that's not your thing. You tried it out, cool. You still had gay sex. you still did the gay thing. It didn't. There's no takesy backsies.
We should have a counter for how many times we've said gay. Continuing on, it's a really long update. Oh my Jesus Christ.
You're fine.
Cheese and crackers. A lot of you said to ask him if it'd be acceptable if the roles were in reverse. She should go on her own gaycation.
Hell yeah.
And I did say, would it be acceptable if I went and slept with other guys during that week? Like fucking clockwork, he was very angry and offended, saying it's completely different because a gaycation means nothing. And what happens on a gaycation stays on the gaycation, etc. So it doesn't count. Whereas I'd just be straight up cheating. That's why you need to go have gay sex.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's because it was with a man.
Yeah,
if it was with a woman.
With a man. If it was with a woman,
it's because gay people aren't real.
Jesus Christ.
Problem solved. Case dismissed. Gay people aren't real.
Wow. I just turn and you're gone.
Cody's half gone. Anyways. It's not Pride Month. Can't exist.
Well, I turned it around on him. No, but you see, but what happens in Manchester stays in Manchester.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't count. It's like bird watching. What the fuck is this going on?
An aquarium. It's like bird watching. It's like fish watching. Fish watching. Next time we go to an aquarium, I'm gonna say we're fish watching. I'm gonna make a shirt that says it's not gay. I'm just fish watching. Ooh. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is great. I'm having a great time. Go ahead.
And I think I got through to him, ? He went all quiet and then started crying, admitting the thought of me sleeping with another man is destroying his heart. But relationships need sacrifices. So, agreed while in tears that when he goes on the gaycation, I'll get 1 week in Manchester to do whatever I want. He doesn't want me to, but that's fair in a twisted way, he supposed. I told him to get out of my house. Thankfully, he left without a fight. I know it's incredibly petty, but I also drained the joint bank account, legal in the UK, so he couldn't try and use it against me. About an hour later, I got rang up by his mum, my mother-in-law, who just screamed and screamed at me about being a cheating whore, how I was horrible, what about the kids, etc.
So did he tell her about the gaycation?
No, he probably just went like,
I was gonna go hang out with the boys.
And she was like, I was gonna go on a trip, and she just says I have to go screw other people, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna go hang out with the boys, and because she wasn't invited, she's gonna go be with other people. That's not okay.
Oh, yeah. When I finally got my composure back, I just said, ask your son about the gaycation.
Yes.
Obviously, at first, she got angry, but I said, no, just ask him about the gaycation. He'll explain. But she called me a fucking joke and hung up. Later on, getting into the evening, got another phone call from her in floods of tears. She was very apologetic, and I told her she doesn't need to be the one to apologize. I mean, she kind of does.
Oh, she needs to apologize for just assuming that.
You made that thing.
I mean, I get it.
You rein in your son.
You made that monstrosity. No, I don't even know if you can blame her for that, man. That's just too far gone. Too far. To be fair, I feel like maybe you should have asked her side in the situation before you went out and been like, fuck you. Well, you know.
I like how she basically just, like, cussed her out, and then she was like, gaycation. Ask your son about it.
Wild card. Gaycation. One word. Gaycation.
We should do that in the Uno wild card thingies where, like, you can write your own, and it just says gaycation on it.
Gaycation.
Yeah.
Like,
you just get one of every card.
Rainbow!
Yeah.
Draw until you have one of each color.
Yeah,
how
that would
powerful
be
that'd
cool.
be. All right, hey, Uno
We'll do
idea. Uno, let's get this card. Can we have a Pride Uno set that has this in there? We got something there.
Getting ideas here.
This is how good ideas are born.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of really,
On the
I
couch.
can really picture them on the gaycation.
Jesus.
No, honey, I'm just going for the gaycation. Like, just for the ideas. Just for the ideas. Back to the story.
She was so upset, she put the father-in-law on the phone, who, while he sounded calm, I could just sort of tell he was on the warpath. Again, very apologetic, he said he overheard that phrase, asked my husband, and my husband initially said, no, it's nothing, before explaining how it's a modern thing men do, and gave them the same spiel about how what happens on gaycation
Stays on gaycation.
No, men cannot resist the gaycation. How a man must surrender to the gaycation, etc. Jesus. Father-in-law just said they told him to leave or they'd call the police. Don't care where he goes. But he wasn't staying there.
Gaycation?
See, if he was just like, I'm bisexual or I'm gay, it would be totally different. But he's like, no,
he's like, no, man, no,
straight.
man.
I'm still gonna
just
be with my wife.
Straight men do.
But I'm gonna cheat.
It's just
and
culture,
it's fine.
Man.
Husband tried to call me while I was on the phone, but just ignored it. And the father-in-law just said he was so sorry for me, and they're in my corner. So that's one thing. Told them to be there for their daughter because it sounds like brother-in-law is involved. Husband didn't tell them that. And the father-in-law just said he had to go because he was really angry. Got a text from my husband after the phone call, which was all weirdly rambly, saying how I'd abused the gaycation to destroy his marriage and destroy his life. And again insinuated me and his parents were homophobic to do such a thing. Told him we'd talk when he grows up and blocked his number. I took a day off of work for myself, had the locks changed this morning, so that's 500 pounds gone. At least I know he won't be coming back. I'm going to look into how to proceed with the divorce, and then we'll move from there. And of course, there's my brother-in-law. So I haven't met with sister-in-law yet. She was in such a state and has taken this far, far worse than I have for reasons that'll be clear soon. We're going to maybe try tomorrow, but we did talk over the phone, and I eavesdropped on the conversation with her husband, where she put her phone on speaker and I went on mute. Her husband got home earlier, and she just said to him, "Can you please explain what a gaycation is?" She told me afterwards she was praying he looked confused or just be like, "What?" or anything like that. But instead, he just sat her down and explained that a gaycation is a new thing where straight men go to gay hotspots and participate in gay sex acts. But it doesn't count because there's no investment. And that's what happens on gaycations. And what happens on gaycation stays on the gaycation. See, it's like they're brainwashed. Like there's no war. Like an Avatar when they're like, there's no war in Bossing, say they got, because there was like a war going on, but in the Earth Kingdom, and when anybody mentioned like a war going on, they'd be like, there's no war in Bossing, say. What are you talking about?
Gaycation is just normal.
So when everyone says gaycation, they just say what happens on gaycation stays on gaycation. He said it's like writing down angry thoughts and putting them in a drawer. You never have to see them again. The whole time, sister-in-law's in tears, and he just calmly bats off the same points my husband did about how it doesn't count, and he even did the whole it's impossible to resist, you must surrender or be destroyed shit. I seriously think they must be speaking to a dominatrix or something, because surely neither of them are that into this and actually make that up on their own. I really don't want to go into what was discussed for her sake, but it did become very apparent to me that the brother-in-law was into... We're about to get into some ucky shit.
Not safe for work.
Yeah. That the brother-in-law was into sissy hypno-porn, and at the time conflated that with the conception of gaycation.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Same thing. Gay sex, sissy, hypno-porn, same thing. You know.
Yeah. Same thing. Just like going to the aquarium.
Yep. Just like fish watching.
Just like fish watching.
There was this utterly surreal moment where sister-in-law was just trying to wrap her head around this while also in floods of tears, and explained so genuinely, so matter-of-factly, that for most men, that gaycation is either a one-time or an annual thing. But some men go
I think they typed annual wrong.
An anal thing, you know? But some men go on gaycation for years, and others simply just never return. I think that's just called being gay, dude.
Never return from the gay. Same, brother. They get ya. It's just too good. Never gonna leave the gaycation.
Went on that gaycation, never came back.
And then we're never seen again. They now use different pronouns and look a little different.
Jesus Christ.
This episode, I'm just gonna piss people off.
Probably. Anyway,
At least I didn't come up with
about
gaycation.
never returning, because they use hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of
told you.
into a state of permanent pseudo-gayness.
You don't have to be feminized to be gay.
Feminized. Wait,
Well,
that's not the best example.
Well, but they're also not quote, feminized, whatever the hell that means anyways, gay men.
You know, it's okay if you pee sitting down.
You can do whatever you need to do.
Right?
Yeah. Sometimes you just accidentally tick that box on The Sims when you're making your sim.
Anyway, she said it in disbelief. Surely if you're taking it up the arse willingly because you want to, that makes you gay. And he said, no, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. You can do all this gay stuff, but you don't interact with the wider gay life experience. She asked him if the sissy stuff is what he wanted, and he said, not on a long-term basis, and was adamant that, this is something all straight men do, but she wouldn't get it because she's a woman. Ooga booga. Then there was the insinuations of homophobia. Yeah, that's great. Again. Because obviously, it's homophobic.
I think he's the homophobic one.
I think so. I think it's very internalized homophobia.
Yeah, 100%. He needs a therapist.
It's like a pot calling the kettle black.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. Well, that marriage is dead too, I suppose. The whole ordeal ended when she said to him he has a choice to make. And he said no, he doesn't need to make this choice because the beauty of the gaycation is that it allows him to keep his marriage because it doesn't count. She said, that's not the choice. The choice is whether he's leaving the house that night or she is. Bam.
Drop.
The only good thing he did was leave. Me and sister-in-law spoke about it after that, and I'm just utterly stunned. I understand she's gone to her parents for support, but what exactly did we do to have our lives destroyed in such an abrupt, bizarre, and embarrassing way? That was it.
That is just awful. I feel so bad for OP, like...
That is...
Can you imagine just living your life, and then your partner comes home and is like, you brother vacation. I don't know why that's how I picture him.
I don't know.
That's just like... How absurd.
It's crazy.
I feel like it's so disrespectful to be like, no, I'm gonna go have sex with other people, I'm gonna go have relationships, I'm gonna go party without you, but don't worry, it's fine.
I just really like the line, some men go on vacation for years and others simply just never return. Anyway, that one was a bit longer, but I had to read it.
No, the gaycation, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think that made up for my lack of stories.
Alright, let's change up the pace a little bit here. Mine are kind of all really, I have one long one, but I don't know if I'll do it. My other ones are pretty short here, but this one I picked for one specific line.
Does he go on vacation and never return?
No, it's not as strong as that, but so this one was originally posted in r/wedding drama, but then got reposted to r/am I the devil.
Oh.
So that's why I chose it. It's by Melodic Jellyfish 340, I believe. So keeping in the watching fish theme. It's titled, Has Anyone Ever Swapped Your Bridesmaids? Having a wedding, She's like, maybe I need to switch this up.
Yeah, let me just change out my
Let me just do this, Like, I'm not happy with the selection, All right. I'm wondering if this has ever successfully happened without issues or friends breakups that have led to deciding on different girls. I chose my girls when I lived far away. And since I've moved back, I have not seen two of them very much, and have gotten closer to others. The other girls would go to a bachelorette, I can't say that, a bachelorette, and put in efforts to help, I'm sure of it. I'm not sure some of my girls are reliable. Wild reasoning to choose people. My wedding is still 600 days away.
Holy shit! 365 days of a year.
It's basically 2 years away. Why would you pick people like solidified? I get maybe picking your bridesmaid. Wait,
no,
what's it called?
Right now, pick whoever the fuck you want as long as you don't tell them. You got 2 years.
No, what? No, God. Anyways, my wedding is still 600 days away. I would love to do a bachelorette party that my girls would go to, probably traveling to another state. I'm having a destination wedding and my girls seem to not go out much or make an effort to plan. Well, unfortunately, it's 2 years away.
2 years away.
I'm worried they won't all make it. It's like being like My birthday's this year. Can we celebrate all you? What do you mean you haven't planned my birthday party for next year? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, no. What? Why would you even assume that? I've thought to add on 2 girls, the girls I'm closest to, and leave that as more of an opportunity for some help regardless. I regret choosing my party so far away from my wedding. Why did you choose anything that early? Besides maybe the venue.
The only thing I can think of like that early is like the venue and like.
That's pretty much it. That's if you're gonna pick like a specific like wedding venue that's a big wedding venue, because sometimes those are booked out and you want a specific date or something like that. I can see that.
Probably do like food vending stuff, maybe like a year out or something like that, or like if you're gonna rent something like a year out, not like 2 years.
Yeah, and I get picking like your maid of honor. And being like, hey, you know, because that's like probably your, you know, your best friend or your sibling or something like that. That's probably gonna help you organize it.
Yeah.
But
I need you to help me plan this because I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the story. But everyone basically says your wedding is over a year and a half away. There's really nothing for them to be planning or showing up for at this moment. You moved and now you want to kick them to the curb because you're talking and hanging out with more local friends. When you move, yeah, you're not gonna see them as often. Also, they're optional. That's crazy.
You don't have to do bridesmaids. Or you don't even have to do... I don't know. I just think it's weird to, like...
Did you choose a bridal party 1,200 days out?
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I guess the concept of, like doing, like... I don't know. I guess you could do separate parties for the bride and groom, but most of the time I feel like the bride and groom have been together before then. So maybe they have, like, I don't know, maybe, like, it's our situation, we have, like, the same friend group, so we'd just be like, woo, let's go!
Yeah, I feel like you could just do a party that's, like, oh, maybe it's 2 days. You have one day that's, like, your focus, and then you have one day that's, like, his focus
like,
or whatever.
Something I want to do, maybe we do some, like, goat yoga, I don't know, and then something he wants to do, I would actually really want to go to medieval times. I want that knight to give me a rose. Sorry, Cody.
He doesn't care.
He's like, I want that knight to give me a rose.
What happens on the nightcation stays on the nightcation.
What happens at medieval times stays medieval times. But I'm probably a cheapskate who's like, let's just all do it together.
What are they supposed to be doing? Why'd you choose your party 2 years in advance?
That's crazy.
Let me say this out loud for those in the back. Bridesmaids are not free labor.
No.
They aren't your little employees and unpaid wedding planners. It's not some competition who can do the most. It's literally like, you have to earn your spot in my wedding party.
I hate that.
If you can't plan what cupcakes I'm gonna have, then you're not invited. It's wild. Alright, so my next one is Am I the Asshole? Of course. Diligent Bit 3336 posted this one. It's titled, Am I the Asshole for pouring my girlfriend's mom's soup through a colander so I can pick out some vegetables I really don't like? So we're talking picky eaters and mom's soup. Alright, I don't even think Cody would do this, but it's just a lot of work. Alright.
Probably just avoid eating.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't like the rest of it.
Oh, no.
Alright, my girlfriend's mom made us seafood chowder for lunch while we were visiting. She made it before once, and it was really good. But she adds a few pieces of ginger to flavor it, and I really, really, really hate biting into ginger. I don't mind the flavor in parts. I just hate that it tastes actually eating a piece. Last time I accidentally bit into one, and they were hard to see because of the chowder was a creamy, thick soup, and it almost ruined the whole meal. So this time before eating, I asked if she had used ginger again, and she told me that she forgot that I didn't like it, and forgot to pick them out at the end. She seemed genuinely apologetic about it. I told her it was no problem, and I had an idea. I saw a colander hanging on the rack at the kitchen counter, and I went to the kitchen and strained the soup into another bowl, which I asked if I could grab, and picked out a couple pieces of ginger and dumped the remaining strained pieces of potato and fish and shrimp and scallops and stuff back into the liquid. She even said sorry, or I even said sorry for the extra dishes and offered to help clean them up afterwards. Her mom didn't react like it was a big deal. Anyways, on the drive home, my girlfriend was quiet and I asked her what was wrong. She told me I didn't have to be such an asshole for making a big show and dance about insulting her mom's food. I was, what? I liked the food, except for a couple ingredients. Still didn't smooth things over, though. What do you think about that? Was I the asshole?
I think so. Because the mom was like, shoot, I'm sorry, I forgot you didn't like that. I was going to pick out some pieces. I mean, he probably didn't need to go to that length to get a colander and pick it out. He probably could have just been like, oh, there's some on my spoon. I'm just going to quietly put it into my napkin.
Could have just, like, carefully eaten the food, I feel like. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, and I think it depends on the dynamic of the family. Is this, like, a family where you go out every Sunday and eat supper? Or is this, like, a once-in-a-while thing that's, like, okay, you know, I'm not around these people?
Like, not really, like, full-on asshole.
It's just weird.
It's kind of weird.
It's a little weird. But, I mean, if the mom didn't think it was weird, then I guess
the girlfriend was probably just kind of embarrassed about it.
It is weird.
But if the mom was really like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to pick those out. I know you don't like those.
Yeah, so what kind of caught my attention is the top comment here was, you're the asshole. My God, really? Stop being picky and just don't eat those things from your bowl. No, you grab a strainer and do that. Where are your manners? OP is 30. That is kind of wild for a 30-year-old.
30?
Apparently OP is 30, according to that comment.
Wow, okay. I thought it was... I was thinking... I don't know why. I was thinking, like, 20... You probably said the age at the beginning.
No, he didn't put it in there.
He didn't put the age?
There was no...
Okay, yes, 30.
30 is kind of old for being, like, that weird about it. Like, problem solve in a different way. The thing that wasn't super clear to me was if he just did it to his bowl or if he did it to, like, the whole soup.
Pot?
Because if you did it to the whole pot, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
The whole pot and
but if it's just yours, then I guess do what you want with your food, I suppose. I don't know. I've always been a really, like, eat what you want to eat. I might pick fun at Cody, but that's because he takes it really well. But in reality, eat what you want to eat. Yeah. Don't eat what you don't want to eat. I don't care. It's not my body. Yeah. I'm not tasting it. Do whatever you want to do.
If there's a soup and it has something in it I don't like, I'm just going to be like, oh, shoot, it's in my spoon. I'm just going to, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah. I'm like...
Oh, I guess I didn't see that. I would just, like, kind of grab it out of my spoon.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing...
kind of, like, pour it back into the bowl and put it, like, off in the corner and be like, I don't eat you.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, oh, hey, that's kind of weird. Because, like, sometimes you do eat, especially, like, soup is... or stuff like that, you'll get a weird piece. Maybe it's the meat, there's a piece of fat on it or something like that. But you don't have to make a big
that was like a lot
about it. Just don't eat very much of it and go home and eat something else. I don't know. Someone responded to that comment that I had just read, saying, I'm so tired of picky eaters using their food preferences to act like an excuse, or as an excuse to act like a poorly behaved child. I'd be very upset and turned off if my boyfriend did this.
I thought that was like, I was thinking like it was like teenagers or something, or like, I don't know why.
Yeah, it did feel like more, I guess, because...
Or like a young, I guess technically we're like young. But I was thinking like 20, 21, immature dude.
It does seem like people kind of went back and forth, though, in the comments, just kind of being like, I don't know.
Because, like, yes, is it weird? But I don't really know how the mom felt about it, because it's her house,
Yeah.
Especially if it was the whole pot. But if it was just his bowl... A little extra, but okay. You could have literally just grabbed one of those spoons that had the the holes in it and just been like, ginger, bye.
Someone commented, no one is surprised that you didn't realize what a major asshole you were because you appear to be oblivious to social conventions and other people's feelings. You bite into the bit of ginger, you discreetly take it out of your mouth and put it in a napkin, say.
That's what I said.
Instead, you insult the cook and make a fuss when the intelligent, reasonable thing to do would be to handle it yourself discreetly. I'm hoping the comments here are able to shake you out of your entitled lassitude. You're the asshole.
It's kind of like me with raw onions.
I mean...
I just pick it off.
I'm not a picky eater. I eat basically anything. But... And I'm also not... Like, even if I were to eat something I didn't really like, I would still eat it. Especially if I was at somebody else's house, Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it's hard. I think it depends a little bit more on your relationship with them. If you guys are really close, then I think that's not that weird. Mm-hmm. But if you're not close, I could see how the girlfriend would be, like, kind of upset, being like, or if I didn't mention how long they've been dating. So, like, if they had just been together, if they've only been together for a few months or something like that, then that might kind of be like your boyfriend's weird. And so that might kind of be a situation. All right, would you like to read another one of yours?
Yeah, sure. Okay, this one's from r/am I the asshole, and it's from Egg Donor Mother. And it's, am I the asshole for telling my biological daughter I was nothing more than an egg donor and that her real mother is the woman who raised her?
I wonder if they made this account for this or if that just happens to be what their account name was.
July 21st.
Oh, okay, so it was just made today.
They just made it.
Okay, they probably made this as a thing.
This is hot off the press.
Ooh, eggs.
It doesn't.
Well, you said hot off the press, and then I went to breakfast foods like pancakes and then
I know.
eggs.
We haven't been able to have our morning breakfast together.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry this is long, but it's complicated and I really need some perspective. 25 years ago, my close friend Clara, I guess that is kind of an age, they're like 25-ish now. My close friend Clara and her husband James were struggling with infertility. Clara couldn't conceive or use her own eggs. She asked me if I could consider carrying a baby for them to use my egg and James's sperm. I already had my 2 kids and 9 months later, their daughter, Bella, was born. From the start, Clara and James raised her as their own. I've always been auntie to her, just a close family friend, and that's all she ever knew. My own kids always knew the truth. I never hid it from them. They understood that Bella was biologically related to them, and that I'd helped my friend start a family. I never told Bella anything, because I truly didn't feel it was my place. It was something her parents needed to decide if or when to tell her. A few weeks ago, Bella and her fiancé were at his family's house, and they all did one of those DNA kits for fun. Oopsies.
Yeah, let's do a DNA kit for fun.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, they were at her fiancé's house, and they didn't know.
Yeah.
You know. When the results came back, Bella saw that she had Cuban and black ancestry, which confused her since she knows both her parents are white. My family and I were over at Clara and James's house helping with the wedding prep. I'm guessing one of her kids was getting... Oh, wait. I don't know. I'm guessing...
I think this is why I didn't choose the story. I was a little confused with a couple of those type of...
I'm pretty sure one of her kids is getting married, because all of her kids are at that age.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. So, the context here, this is what I was going to give, that where it got confusing. I think one of her kids is getting married, because they are going on to talk about how she's paying for both her kids' weddings.
Okay.
At one point, Claire and I were in the kitchen talking about my kids, and Claire mentioned that I had paid for both of their weddings, and she wished she could do the same for her daughter. So I'm pretty sure it's one of her kids getting married. That's what I understood anyway. Bella must have overheard because she walked in and suddenly said that I should be... Oh, wait, I know maybe it's Bella getting married.
Well, I wonder if her 2 kids got married and now Bella's getting married, and so she already paid for her 2 kids, and so she's like, well, but now I'm your kid.
I think so.
I think that was...
Going on. Bella must have overheard because she walked in and suddenly said that I should be paying for her wedding too, since she's also my daughter. And I was totally thrown off. Clara asked what she meant, and Bella just snapped. She said I was her real mother and accused Clara and James of lying to her. She said she had grown up in a fake home while my kids got the life she was supposed to have. And she slammed the photo on the table and stormed out with her fiancé. That's crazy.
Could you imagine having a family for... You said she's like 25 or something?
She should be like... She's 25
something,
years
20
ago,
something?
so she's like 24, 25.
Yeah. I can't imagine... having a home like that for my whole life and then just suddenly being like, you're not my parents anymore. Like, you raised me so poorly.
It's not even like her dad isn't her dad. Her dad is still her dad.
Yeah.
She just has...
Well, her parents are still her parents. They're just not... Her mom's just not her biological mom. I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like... Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, just being like, you should be paying for my wedding. It's like... Whoa.
I gave you life, brother.
Anyway, the next day, Clara asked me to come over, and Bella didn't want to, but showed up later after Clara begged her. She told us about the DNA test and going through the safe and how she felt like this answered something she had always felt deep down. She said she'd always been jealous of my kids, not just for their vacations or home life, but also because I gave them a good life without any hardships. She said she still loves Clara, but she feels like she never really belonged, and now she thinks I'm the missing piece. She even called Clara a child snatcher. That's when I stepped in and told her she needed to stop talking to Clara like that. She turned to me and said, "You're my real mother. Why don't you love me?" I told her as calmly as I could that I was nothing more than an egg donor, and I told her I love her like a niece, but that's all. Clara is her mother, not me. I wasn't the one who raised her. I wasn't there for her throughout her childhood like Clara was. I never saw her as my daughter because that wasn't the role I had in her life. She left again crying since then has sent me over 20 messages. Some are angry, some are pleading. She's asked to meet with me and James because she says we're her real parents. She says she loves Clara, but insists she's always felt a disconnect and that I'm the reason why. Clara and I have been in touch since the blow-up, and we're both heartbroken. My husband thinks I should have a one-on-one with Bella, but honestly, I feel like there's nothing left to say. I didn't raise her, Clara did. She was always a wonderful mother, and up until now, she and Bella had a great relationship. I don't know why Bella is spiraling like this. Clara was there for every birthday, every school day, every scraped knee, heartbreak, and milestone. I made peace with my role in Bella's life a long time ago. I never saw myself as her mother, not because I didn't care, but because that was never the agreement. I helped a friend become a mother, and I kept that promise. So am I the asshole?
No.
It was heavily loaded.
That's like, I mean, I could see how someone could say she was the asshole just because it's like being kind of harsh, like kind of a harsh response with not much empathy.
I feel like...
But also...
I feel like they should have told her, like, sooner.
Yeah, for sure. I think...
She's 25.
Yeah, I feel like...
It should have been like, you turned 18. Hey.
Or at the very least, I think it's kind of weird. Because even if you didn't tell them, like, hey, this is your real mom, you could just be like, hey, just so you know, we had an egg donor. Just be like you don't have to say who it is.
You don't have to say who it was. You could have just been like, hey, I had...
You can even say it was anonymous if you needed to.
Yeah, and we had, like, an anonymous egg donor. Because it doesn't need to be like that. You know, I mean, it's still kind of like a lie, but it's still, like...
Yeah, and it's hard because I also, as much as I'm like, I think it's cool to keep it anonymous, I also know I've read some stories where people are like health reasons. They need to know what their health situation is. If your mom has cancer or something that might be passed down genetically. So, I mean, obviously that's not the situation here, but just kind of in general as a blanket.
I feel like maybe if it was kind of like, because the OP's kids, she told them right off the bat. She's like, you guys are technically going to have a sister, but, like, I'm just helping them start a family.
Yeah.
Like, they always knew. So it's not this big revelation for them that they have, like...
Yeah.
If she was raised with that knowledge, kind of, like, when she was old enough to kind of understand it, I feel like it wouldn't have been... Because basically, she's having an existential crisis right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I understand that because I think it would be kind of, that would be a lot to go through to be like, oh, not the person I thought, this person who I grew up with as just a aunt or whatever is actually my mom. What? Like, that's crazy. That's weird. I definitely get that freak. That's why I'm like, she's a little bit of an asshole for not using a little bit of empathy and being like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's get these feelings out. Let's discuss it.
It's just like, why the fuck would you keep that a secret?
Yeah, it's a weird thing to keep a secret.
Because there's literally like children's books that like explain like, oh, you're from somebody else's,
Yeah, so for reality, I think that the OP's mom, or not OP's mom, the mom of the kid,
Clara.
Yeah, she's the asshole. Because I also don't think it's on OPs to tell them that. I think it's the actual parents.
She literally said, she's like, I told my kids, but it's up to them to...
Yeah, because that's the whole point. They're parenting their own... Yeah. They're parenting this kid. It's not her.
Yeah, because someone's like, as someone who's about to use a surrogate with a donated egg on top of that, you have to tell them. Good Lord, there are picture books now that explain it. Even to young kids, she should have grown up her entire life knowing. I'm not saying she had to have grown up her entire life knowing, but
maybe, by the time she's an adult, she'd be like, hey.
People are really angry about this. Circles back to why the fuck would anybody keep something like this a secret from their child for 20 plus years?
Yeah.
Of course they will eventually find out, and of course there will be big feelings. Her parents dropped the ball hard.
Yeah. I can't imagine the emotions that she's going through. Being like, who's my mom?
Yeah.
Is anything real? That's a big change.
That's not surprising when you find out literally everyone in your life has been keeping a pretty massive secret from you.
And it's so, how left out you'd feel to be like, oh, everybody knows except for me. Like,
literally everybody. The parents know, she knows, even like, her kids know.
Yeah. So the other kids just being like, yeah, you didn't know that, bro? Like, I would be like, what is life? Like, what is this? What alternate dimension did I just step into?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy that secret got kept for so long.
Like how did you not even just make a joke at some point, or
effort put in on that to like keep it? Like,
it makes me wonder if Bella's a little dumb. Like I don't know. That's mean, but it's also like, you mean to tell me you weren't ever sitting at a table and the step siblings biologically half siblings weren't just like, oh, it's like we're siblings. Maybe Bella just always thought it was a joke. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's possible, but
someone in the comments who found out at age 28.
Ooh.
It said, I'm donor conceived myself, found out age 28 through an ancestry test. So the same way, basically. And while I'm fortunate that once I knew my mother was completely honest with me, I'd still wish I'd known much earlier. To be fair, the daughter literally just didn't ask. She went and snooped, they'd
yeah, there was no conversation. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at with. I just feel like there wasn't very much communication in this family as a whole, and so because in a relatively healthy family, she should feel comfortable enough to go to her parents and be like, hey, what's this about? And not feel the need to snoop. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I don't know. I've never done an ancestry test, so I don't really know exactly how it shows up. But I feel like if I saw something that didn't align with what I believed, I would go to my parents and be like, hey, what's the case of this? Do you have a different parent? You know what I mean? Like is grandma not my grandma? That's what I would assume. That's what I would assume before I would assume my parents are lying to me, if that makes sense. So I don't know. So I'm like, I wonder if their family is basically so non-communicative that already, because it led her to snoop instead of asking questions.
With her own theories in the meantime, probably, because she literally called her
my brain.
Child snatcher.
Well, no, because my immediate assumption would be like, did one of my parents cheat on each other or something? You know what I mean? Yeah. That would be my assumed first thing, and be like.
It's crazy how angry she got at Clara, though. It's just Clara. It was just Clara, because her dad was her biological dad, but Clara was like, no, fuck you.
I can't imagine just being like, no.
Like you, but you're not like my mom or anything. She's my mom.
And the fact that that sounds like, to me, that attitude to me is if she was a teenager finding this out, I would understand that attitude.
You're 25,
you're too adult. You're too adult to be not afraid of that conversation, I guess.
Sounds like she found out at 18 and was like, you're not my mom,
Yeah. I was like, I hate you, mom. You're not actually my mom. But it's no, you are an adult.
Comments saying that all their because they have children who were were also through donors, and they were raised with this information hidden.
Yeah, I don't know. That is wild. I mean,
pretty juicy.
I'm not. What she says, she was 25. I'm not 25 yet, so maybe parent. Cody's sipping. I don't know what my parents have to tell me. It's it's awful. But
I don't know what
wow.
she would need to do, but
I think everybody sucks in their own way here. Although I would probably blame OP less. Because
technically not her child.
It's technically her mom, or the mom of Bella. Claire, is that her name? It's kind of her fault. But also the kid's kind of being an asshole for just being like, no, you're not my mom.
Yeah.
And then also, where's the dad in this situation? You know what I mean?
It's like, I ain't doing anything. You guys figure this out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on
So,
a vacation.
also, yeah. He's probably off on a vacation, and, you know, who knows? Maybe he has other kids with other women, too. It's awful. Random. Okay. Well, I think that's probably a good spot to end this episode. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about today?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I feel like we had some really good stories there. I think next episode's gonna be a true crime episode.
I think so. We're gonna try for
I don't know what story, so if you're listening to this and you have any ideas of true crime you'd like us to cover, put it in fast. Drop it in the comments.
Just audio.
Might be audio. Let us know. Do you like the audio format? Do you care if there's video? I don't know. Personally, I like video. Like video podcasts. That's why I do it that way. But this is easier. So we might do some switcheroonies. We might switch it up every now and again. We'll see how this turns out. We'll chat with you later. Bye. I don't know how to end without a visual, like wave. Because normally we just wave and stare at the camera for a little while and then dip to black.
We could, put some subtitles waving at you.
Waving at me, yeah. I'll just draw a little stick figure animation for this. So unnecessary. Okay, we're done.